They are real women who changed the world. They wore white clothes to show hope, peace, and courage. Their stories are full of bravery, learning, and power. In this video, you will learn English, but you will also learn the power of these women. Stay with me until the end, because their secrets can change your life too. Chapter 1: The First Sight of Women in White. Welcome, my friend. Today you start a new journey with me. You came to this video because you want to learn English, but you will also learn something bigger. You will learn about the women in white. When you hear this name, maybe you feel curious. Who are they? Why are they called the women in white? Stay with me. The story you will hear today is not only about history, it is about courage, hope, and new life. It is about how you can also stand strong in your own life. Imagine a street full of people. The air is heavy. Some people are shouting. Some are afraid. Then you see a line of women wearing white. Their clothes are bright under the sun. Their faces are calm but strong. They are not afraid. They walk slowly, step by step, holding their heads high. They are telling the world, we are here. We are peaceful. We are brave. This picture stays in your mind. You cannot forget it. The women in white became a symbol of courage. They came from different places. Some came from small towns. Some came from big cities. Some were mothers. Some were students. Some were workers. They wore white to show that they wanted peace. White was their color of hope. It showed the world they were ready to change things without fear. In the same way, when you start learning English, you choose your own white color. You choose courage over fear. Think of yourself right now. Maybe you are shy to speak English. Maybe you are scared to make mistakes. But inside you is a small light. That light is like the white color the women wore. It is pure. It is strong. It is waiting for you to use it. The women in white did not wait for a perfect moment. They did not wait for permission. They started walking. And you can start speaking. Even if you know only a few words, you can start today. Let's learn some simple English words from this chapter. White means the color white. Courage means to do something even if you are afraid. Hope means to believe something good will happen. Peace means calm and no fighting. Repeat after me, white. Courage. Hope, peace. Now make small sentences. I see white. I have courage. I feel hope. I want peace. Say these words with me. Feel how they give you power. The women in white also show us the power of unity. They walked together. They supported each other. They believed they were not alone. This is important for you too. You are not alone in learning English. Millions of learners are on the same road. When you watch this video, you join a community. We all wear our invisible white clothes. We all hold our invisible banners. We all say, we can learn. We can change. There is a moment in every story when the hero takes a first step. The women in white also had that moment. At first, maybe they were afraid. Maybe they thought nobody would listen. But then they decided to walk. 1 step, 2 steps, 3 steps. Then many more. With every step, their voices became stronger. With every step, they showed the world they were serious. Learning English is also like this. First, you learn one word, then two, then three, then many more. With every new word, your voice becomes stronger. I want you to close your eyes and imagine you are wearing white. Your clothes are soft. The color is bright. You feel clean, fresh, and powerful. Now you speak one English word. Say hope, say peace, say courage. Feel the sound in your mouth. Feel the strength in your heart. This is your new beginning. This is your first sight of your own power. In this chapter, you met the women in white for the first time. You saw their courage, you learned new English words, you felt their spirit inside you. This is only the start. In the next chapters, we will go deeper. We will learn why they chose white, we will see how they changed their world, and we will learn how you can change your life too. Stay with me. Keep your heart open. Keep your notebook ready. Every chapter will give you new words, new power, and new courage. You are not just watching a video. You are walking with the women in white. You are learning English, and you are learning life. This is your time. This is your journey. And it starts right now. Chapter 2. Why they chose white. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine the color white. It is bright, soft, and clean. When the sun shines, white shines the most. The women in white chose this color for a reason. They wanted the world to see them from far away. They wanted to say, "We are peaceful. We are honest. We are strong." White was their language when words were not enough. In this chapter, we will go inside their hearts and understand why they chose white, and you will also learn how to use English words to show your own power. White is a color that makes people think of peace. It makes people feel calm. It shows new beginnings, like a clean page. For the women in white, white clothes were not just fashion. Something means a thing that shows, a big ideal. A flag is a symbol of a country. A dove is a symbol of peace. White clothes were a symbol of courage and truth. When they wore white, they felt different inside. They felt ready to do something big. Think about yourself when you start learning English. Your notebook is empty on the first page. That empty page is white. It is waiting for your words. Every word you write on it is like a small step into a new life. This is why white is special. It is not only a color, it is a beginning. The women in white knew this. They wanted to begin a new story for their people. They wanted the world to see hope and freedom, not fear. Let's learn some new English words together from this chapter. Symbol, something that stands for an idea. Honest, to tell the truth. Freedom, to be free. To live without chains. Truth, what is real, not a lie. Say these words with me. Symbol, honest. Freedom, truth. Now make small sentences. White is a symbol of peace. I am honest. I want freedom. I tell the truth. Feel how your mouth moves. Feel how the words give you courage. The women in white also chose white because it united them. When they stood together, all wearing white, they looked like one voice. That gave them strength. It made them feel they belonged to each other. This is a lesson for your English journey too. When you learn English, you are not alone. Millions of people are learning with you. If you imagine them as wearing white too, you will feel part of a great movement. You will feel stronger. In many countries, white also means light. Light pushes away darkness. When people are afraid, they often think of dark colors. When people are hopeful, they think of bright colors. The women in white chose light over darkness. They wanted to say to the world, "We are not afraid. We bring light. We bring hope." You can do the same in your life. You can bring light with your words. Even small English words can make someone feel safe, happy, and hopeful. Think of a time when you were afraid to speak English. Maybe your heart was beating fast. Maybe your mouth felt dry. In that moment, imagine wearing white in your heart. Imagine light around you. This is what the women in white did. They wore white outside, but also inside. They carried peace inside their hearts. This helped them stay calm and strong. You can do this too. Before you speak, take a breath, imagine white light, and then speak your English word. Another reason they chose white was history. For hundreds of years, white was used in ceremonies of peace. People waved white flags to stop fighting. People dressed in white at weddings to show new life. People painted white walls in schools to show learning. The women in white used this old meaning in a new way. They said, "We will wear white to show that we bring peace and a new beginning." You can also use history to give power to your learning. When you speak English, remember you are part of a long story of people learning, growing, and becoming free. I want you to practice now. Say this after me. White is peace. White is new life. White is courage. I am learning English. I am new. I am brave. Say it slowly. Say it loudly. Feel your heart become light. This is how you bring the lesson of the women in white into your own life. Every time you practice English, you are putting on your invisible white clothes. Every time you learn a new word, you are bringing light into your world. In this chapter, you saw why they chose white. But it is not just a color. It was a promise, a beginning, and a symbol of freedom. You learned new English words. You practiced speaking. You felt the power of white inside you. In the next chapter, we will meet some of the first brave women who opened doors for others. We will see how they stood tall in white and how their courage can teach you to stand tall when you speak English. 2. Stay with me. This is only the beginning of your journey with the women in white. More stories are coming. More English words are waiting for you. More light is waiting to fill your heart. Chapter 3. Women who opened the doors. Close your eyes and think about a big, closed door. It is heavy and locked. Behind it is freedom, learning, and a better life. In front of it are people waiting. Most of them are afraid to touch the door. They think it will never open, but then one person steps forward. She touches the door with her hand. She pushes. Slowly it moves. Light comes out. This is what the women in white did. They opened doors when everyone thought they were locked. In this chapter, you will meet these brave women and feel their power. Long ago, in many countries, women were not allowed to speak in public or lead movements. They were told to stay quiet. They were told their place was at home. But some women refused to accept this. They wore white and walked outside with their heads high. They spoke to crowds. They asked for peace, for rights, for education. They opened the first doors to new lives. They showed other women and men that change was possible. Imagine the first time they did this. Their hands were shaking. Their hearts were beating fast. But they stood anyway. They used their voices. They used their words like keys. Each word opened a small lock. One lock for freedom. One lock for equality. One lock for education. This is the picture I want you to see in your mind. Because when you speak English, you are also opening doors. Every new English word is like a small key. Let's learn some English words from this chapter. Leader, a person who guides others. Voice, the sound you make when you speak. Rights, things you are allowed to have or do. Education, learning and going to school. Say these words with me. Leader, voice, rights. Education. Now small sentences. She is a leader. I have a voice. We want rights. Education is important. Feel how each sentence makes you stronger. The women in white were leaders not because someone gave them power, but because they decided to act. They knew their voices were important. They believed they had rights. They believed education could change everything. They did not wait for permission. They did not wait for the perfect time. They stepped forward and opened the doors themselves. You can do this too with English. You do not need to wait for a perfect class. You do not need to wait until you are ready. You can start today. Think of a woman standing on a street, wearing white, holding a small book in her hands. The book is full of words about freedom. She reads them aloud. People listen. Some are afraid. Some feel hope. This is how change begins. One person, one voice, one book, one crowd. This is also how English begins for you. One word, one sentence, one small talk, one new friend. Then it grows. The women in white were also teachers. They taught by example. When others saw them, they felt brave too. They thought, if she can do it, maybe I can do it too. This is the power of role models. You can be a role model for someone learning English. When your friend sees you speaking, they will think, if he can speak, I can speak too. This is how doors open wider and wider. Another reason these women opened doors was their belief in kindness. They did not fight with anger. They fought with patience, with peace, and with steady steps. They showed the world that real change does not need violence. It needs courage, unity, and truth. When you learn English, be kind to yourself. Do not fight your mistakes with anger. Use patience and steady steps. This will open your own door to confidence. Practice with me now. Say, I am brave. I can open doors. My words are keys. My voice is strong. I will learn. Say it again. Feel the words in your mouth. Feel the light in your heart. This is how you turn learning into action. This is how you open the door to your future. In this chapter, you met the first brave women in white who opened doors for others. You learned new English words. You practiced speaking. You saw how courage, patience, and action create change. In the next chapter, we will learn about the power of unity, how walking together in white made them stronger, and how learning together can make your English stronger too. Stay with me. The journey is just starting. Every chapter is a key. Every word is a step. Every moment you watch is a door opening. You are walking with the women in white. You are learning English. You are building your new life. Chapter 4. The Power of Unity. Imagine one small candle in a dark room. It gives a little light. Now imagine 100 candles in the same room. The darkness runs away. The room becomes bright and warm. This is what unity does. It turns small light into a great light. The women in white knew this secret. One woman in white was powerful, but many women in white walking together were unstoppable. In this chapter, you will feel the power of unity and learn how it can also help you learn English. When the women in white first came out, some people laughed. Some people tried to scare them, but they did not walk alone. They held hands. They looked at each other and smiled. They said with their eyes, "We are together." This togetherness gave them strength. Together, they could stand against fear. Together, they could speak louder. Together, they could make the world listen. Unity means togetherness. It means people working as one. It means no one is left behind. The women in white used unity as their main power. They wore the same color to show they were one group. They walked in lines to show order. They spoke simple messages to show one heart. You can also use unity in your English learning. You can study with friends, talk in groups, and join online communities. When you do this, you will feel stronger and more motivated. Let's learn some English words from this chapter. Together, not alone, with others. Support to help someone or something.
People working for a goal, change to make something different. Say these words with me together. Support, movement, change.
Now, small sentences. We learn together. We support each other. We are part of a movement. We can change our lives. Feel the power of these sentences. Think about how you feel when you try to learn English alone. Sometimes it feels hard. Sometimes you want to give up. But when you learn with someone else, you feel happy. You feel safe. You feel motivated. This is the same with the women in white. Alone they were brave. Together they were a force. You can create this force in your own life. Even if you do not have friends nearby, you can join online classes, comment under videos, and practice with people from other countries. The women in white also showed unity by sharing their knowledge. One woman would teach another how to speak, how to write, how to stand strong. Then that woman would teach the next. This chain of teaching created a wave of courage. You can do this too. Teach one English word to someone you know. Help them practice. When you teach, you also learn. This is unity in action. Another power of unity is hope. When you see someone next to you trying hard, you feel hope. When you know you are not the only one, you keep going. The women in white understood this. They held each other when they were tired. They smiled when someone was afraid. They whispered kind words to give energy. You can also whisper kind words to yourself. I am learning. I am growing. I am not alone. Practice now. Say, I am not alone. I learn with others. We support each other. We can change. Say it again slowly. Let the words go into your heart. This is how you make unity real. This is how you create a group energy inside you, even if you are sitting alone in your room. The women in white were not only together in clothes and steps, they were together in purpose. Purpose means the reason you do something. Their purpose was peace, freedom, and justice. Your purpose in learning English can also be bigger than just passing an exam. It can be about expressing yourself, making friends, traveling, working, or helping your family. When you connect your learning to a bigger purpose, you become unstoppable too. In this chapter, you saw how unity multiplies power. You learned new English words. You practiced speaking. You felt how learning together can make you stronger. In the next chapter, we will learn how you can take courage from these women and use it in your own life to speak, to learn, and to grow. Stay with me. This journey is not only about English, it is about building a new life. It is about learning from the women in white how to be brave, how to stand, and how to move forward. Every chapter is one more candle. Every word you speak is one more light. Together we will light up your path. Chapter 5: Learning from Their Courage. Close your eyes and think of a moment when you felt afraid. Your hands were cold, your heart was fast, and your mind was full of doubt. Now imagine that at that moment, someone stood next to you, wearing white, calm and strong, looking at you with a smile. This is what the women in white did for their communities. They gave courage to others. They showed that even when fear is big, your heart can be bigger. In this chapter, you will learn how to take courage from their example and use it to build your English and your life. The women in white were not born fearless. They were like you and me. They had families, jobs, and worries. But one day they decided that their dream was more important than their fear. They chose to walk in white, to speak, and to show the world their beliefs. This is courage. Courage does not mean you never feel afraid. Courage means you feel afraid, but you act anyway. Think of your own English journey. Maybe you want to speak, but you stay silent. Maybe you want to write, but you do not try. Inside you is a small voice saying, I can do more. This is the voice of courage. It is waiting for you to listen. The women in white listened to their small voice. They took one step, then another. This is how courage grows. Let's learn some English words from this chapter. Brave to act even when afraid. Strong, powerful in body or mind. Stand to stay tall, not sit or fall. Speak to say words aloud. Say these words with me. Brave, strong, stand, speak are small sentences. I am brave. I am strong. I stand tall. I speak clearly. Feel how these words make you taller inside. When the women in white walked, they often faced danger. People shouted at them. Some tried to push them back, but they kept going. They remembered their reason. They remembered their dream. This is another lesson for you. When learning English feels hard, remember your dream. Maybe your dream is to get a better job, travel, or talk with friends around the world. Hold this dream close to your heart. It will help you move forward when you feel tired. Another way they showed courage was by speaking simple but powerful words. They did not use complicated speeches. They used clear, kind, and strong sentences. This is also a secret for English learners. You do not need big words to be powerful. Simple words said with heart are stronger than long, difficult sentences said with fear. Start with small sentences. Repeat them. Make them yours. This is real courage. Picture yourself in a room of people. Everyone is speaking English. You feel shy. Then you remember the women in white. You imagine wearing white inside your heart. You take a breath. You say one small English sentence. The moment you speak, the fear becomes smaller. This is how you practice courage. Every time you speak, the fear loses power. Every time you speak, your courage grows. Practice now. Say, I am brave. I can speak. I can learn. I will not give up. Say it slowly. Say it again. Feel the words travel from your mouth to your heart. This is your own white light. This is how you connect to the courage of the women in white. The women in white also taught that courage is not only for big moments. Courage is also for daily life. They showed kindness to strangers. They smiled when they were tired. They helped each other when someone fell. You can do the same. Be kind to yourself when you make mistakes in English. Smile when you feel shy. Help another learner. This small daily courage builds a strong heart. In this chapter, you learned that courage is not about never feeling fear. It is about acting even with fear. You saw how the women in white grew strong step by step. You learned new English words and sentences. You practiced saying them out loud. You felt the power of courage inside you. In the next chapter, we will see how they used their words like seeds to build a new world, and how you can do the same with your English words. Stay with me. Every chapter is a lesson. Every lesson is a key. Every key opens a door to your new life. The women in white are walking with you. Your English is growing. Your courage is growing. This is your journey, and it is only getting stronger. Chapter 6. Building a New World with Words. Close your eyes and imagine a garden. The ground is empty. It looks quiet and dry. Now imagine you put one small seed into the soil. You give it water and sunlight. After some time, a small plant grows, then more plants. then flowers, then fruit. Words are like seeds. Every time you speak a word, you plant a seed in someone's mind. The women in white knew this. They used words like seeds to build a new world. You can do the same with English. The women in white did not have weapons or money. They had words. They used simple, peaceful sentences to touch hearts. They spoke kindly but firmly. They chose words that gave hope, not fear. They repeated them until people remembered. They knew that words can build or destroy. They chose to build. This is also your power. Every English word you learn can be a seed for your future. Every sentence you speak can be a small building block of your dreams. Think about your own life. Maybe you grew up in a place where English was not spoken. Maybe you felt small when you tried to talk. But each time you learn a new word, you make your world bigger. Each time you practice a sentence, you make your future stronger. This is how you build a new world with words, one word at a time. Let's learn some English words from this chapter. Hope, the belief something good will happen. Dream, something you want for your future. Future, the time after now. Education, learning new things. Say these words with me. Hope, dream, future, education. Now, small sentences. I have hope. I have a dream. My future is bright. Education helps me grow. Feel how these words create pictures in your mind. The women in white also used stories to change hearts. They told stories of pain, but also of hope. They showed people that life could be different. This is another lesson for you. When you speak English, do not only learn grammar, learn to tell your own story. Tell a story about your day. Tell a story about your dream. Tell a story about your first English word. This will make your learning alive. Picture a woman standing in front of a crowd wearing white. She is holding a small paper. On it are 10 simple sentences. She reads them aloud. Each sentence is like a small seed. The crowd listens. Some begin to cry. Some begin to smile. Some begin to change. This is the power of words. You can also use this power even if you speak only 5 English sentences. Say them with heart. They will grow inside someone else. The women in white also wrote letters, signs, and songs. They used these to teach, to inspire, and to connect. You can do this too. Write a small English sentence on paper and put it on your wall. Write, I am learning. I am growing. Look at it every day. This is how you plant seeds inside your own mind. Soon you will see new thoughts, new actions, and new confidence growing. Practice with me now. Say, my words are seeds. My words build my future. I speak hope. I speak peace. I speak courage. Say it again. Feel the energy. This is your white light growing inside you. This is your way of building a new world with words. Another lesson from the women in white is patience. Seeds do not grow in one day. Words also take time. When you speak English today, maybe you do not feel perfect. But if you keep speaking, keep planting, and keep watering your words with practice, One day, you will wake up and see a garden of language inside you. Your English will bloom. Your life will bloom. In this chapter, you learned that words are powerful. You saw how the women in white used words to create a new world. You learned new English words. You practiced saying them. You imagined your own words as seeds. In the next chapter, we will see how they moved from fear to freedom, and how you can also move from fear to freedom with your English. Stay with me. This journey is more than learning, it is transformation. Every chapter is another seed. Every seed is another plant. Every plant is another world you are building. The women in white are walking with you. You are learning English. You are planting your future. Chapter 7: From Fear to Freedom. And remember a time when you felt afraid. Your hands were shaking. Your voice was small. Your heart was heavy. Everyone knows fear. It hides in your mind and tells you that you are not ready. It tells you that you are weak. It tells you to stay silent. The women in white also knew fear. They were not superhuman. They were mothers, sisters, students, workers. They felt afraid before every step. But they did not let fear win. They turned fear into freedom. In this chapter, you will see how they did it and how you can do it too with your English. Fear is like a dark room. You cannot see what is inside. You stand at the door and think, it is too big. I cannot go in. But the moment you open the door and take one small step, the room becomes lighter. This is the first lesson. Freedom does not arrive by magic. Freedom begins with one step. The women in white took that step. You can take it too. Say one word in English. Make one sentence. Speak to one person. Each small action breaks the dark wall of fear. When the women in white first walked together, they were scared. People shouted at them. Some tried to stop them. Some laughed. But they held their heads high. They took deep breaths. They wore white and felt light. They said to themselves, "We are not alone. We are strong." We are walking to freedom. This small self-talk helped them move forward. You can also use self-talk when you feel shy to speak English. Say to yourself, I am learning. I am growing. I am not afraid. These words are like keys. They open the door to freedom. Let's learn some English words from this chapter. Fear, the feeling when you are afraid. Freedom, to be free, to live without chains. Step, to move your foot once when you walk. Change, to make something different. Say these words with me. Fear, freedom, step. Change. Now small sentences. I feel fear. I want freedom. I take a step. I can change. Feel how these words slowly push away the darkness inside you. Think about your English journey. Maybe you do not speak because you fear mistakes. Maybe you do not write because you fear judgment. But mistakes are not your enemy. They are your teachers. Every mistake is a lesson. Every lesson is a step. Every step takes you closer to freedom. This is how the women in white walked, step by step, day by day, until their fear became small and their freedom became big. Picture yourself wearing white inside your heart. You are standing in front of people. You feel nervous, but you take a deep breath. You say hello. You say, "My name is Strange." You say, "I am learning English." The moment you speak, something changes. You feel lighter. You feel proud. This is freedom. Freedom is not the end of fear. Freedom is moving even with fear. Another way the women in white moved from fear to freedom was by helping each other. They held hands, they whispered kind words, they smiled. When one person felt weak, another said, "You are strong, keep going. You can also do this." Find a friend to practice English with. Join a group. Comment under a video. Give someone else encouragement. When you help others, you also help yourself. Fear becomes smaller when you are not alone. Practice with me now. Say, "I feel fear, but I move. My steps are small but strong. I am walking to freedom. I can speak English. I will not give up." Say it slowly. Say it again. Feel your body grow taller. This is how you change your story. This is how you move from fear to freedom. The women in white also showed patience. Freedom takes time. You cannot wake up one day and have no fear, but you can wake up one day and be stronger than yesterday. Every day you practice, every day you move, every day your fear loses power. This is how change works. This is how freedom grows. In this chapter, you learn that fear is normal, but it does not have to stop you. You saw how the women in white took small steps to freedom. You learned new English words. You practiced saying them. You felt how self-talk and small actions can break fear. In the next chapter, we will learn about everyday lessons from the women in white, lessons you can use in your daily life and English learning. Stay with me. Each chapter is a bridge. Each bridge takes you from one side to another. Each time you speak, you are crossing the bridge from fear to freedom. The women in white are walking with you. Your English is growing. Your courage is growing. Your freedom is growing. Chapter 8. Everyday Lessons from the Women in White. When people hear about the women in white, they often think of big marches, big speeches, and big change. But the truth is that their power also came from small, daily actions. They smiled at strangers. They helped each other. They studied at night. They spoke kindly even when angry. They kept their promises. These small acts built strong hearts. In this chapter, you will see how the women in white lived every day and how you can take their lessons into your own daily life and English learning. Every day, before they walked outside, they prepared their minds. They reminded themselves, "We are peaceful. We are strong. We are one." This mental habit gave them courage for the day. You can do the same with your English. Every morning say to yourself, "I am learning English. I am growing. I am strong." This small habit plants power inside you. It helps you speak with more confidence during the day. The women in white also practice self-discipline. Discipline means doing something even when it is not easy. They woke up early. They wrote their plans. They trained their voices. They studied history and laws. This discipline made them ready. In the same way, you can create a small daily routine for your English, just 10 minutes in the morning or evening. Read a small text, write a small diary, practice a small speech. Little actions every day become a strong habit. Let's learn some English words from this chapter. Help to give support to someone. Teach to show someone how to do something. Learn to get knowledge or skill. Grow to become bigger or better. Say these words with me. Help, teach, learn, grow. Now small sentences. I help my friend. I teach my child. I learn English. I grow every day. Feel how these words fit your own life. Another lesson from the women in white is kindness. They did not only speak about peace, they acted with peace. They smiled when people looked at them with hate. They listened before answering. They forgave mistakes. This is also important for English learners. Be kind to yourself. If you make a mistake, smile. If you forget a word, take a breath. If someone corrects you, thank them. This kindness will keep your mind open and strong. Think about your daily life. Where can you add a small English action? Can you label things in your room with English words? Can you talk to yourself while cooking? Can you listen to an English song before sleeping? Each small action is like the women in white taking one more step. Small steps make big journeys. The women in white also believed in helping others learn. They taught younger women how to read and write. They shared their books. They practiced speeches together. You can do this too. Teach one English word to a friend. Ask a friend to teach you one new word. This exchange creates energy and joy. When you give, you also receive. Practice with me now. Say, I can learn every day. I can teach others. I can grow. I can help. Say it again slowly. Say it with a smile. This is how you bring their daily spirit into your life. Another powerful daily lesson from the women in white was preparation. Before they spoke, they practiced their sentences. Before they walked, they planned their route. Before they met people, they thought about their message. This is a great habit for English. Before you make a call, write down a few English sentences. Before you meet a friend, plan a question to ask in English. This small preparation will make you feel more confident and safe. In this chapter, you saw that big change comes from small daily habits. You learned new English words. You practiced saying them. You imagined small English actions in your own life. In the next chapter, we will talk about how you can be a modern woman in white or man in white, living with courage, kindness, and learning every day. Stay with me. The journey is almost complete, but also just beginning. Each day is a new chance. Each day is a small lesson. Each day you practice, you are wearing your invisible white clothes. Each day you speak, you are part of something bigger. The women in white are not only in history, they are alive inside you when you practice courage, kindness, and daily learning.
Chapter 9: How you can be a modern woman in white or man in white.
Close your eyes and imagine yourself standing in front of a mirror. You see your own face. You see your own eyes. You are wearing your normal clothes, but inside your heart, you are wearing white. You feel calm, clean, and brave. This is not about fashion. This is about spirit. The women in white were not magic people. They were people like you. They chose courage, kindness, and daily learning. In this chapter, you will see how you can live like them today, no matter where you live, no matter who you are. Being a modern woman in white or man in white means you live with values. Values means the important ideas you follow. The women in white followed peace, learning, and service. You can also choose your values. Maybe you choose honesty. Maybe you choose helping others. Maybe you choose improving yourself every day. These values make you strong even when life feels hard. Think about your daily routine. You wake up, you check your phone, you get ready. Somewhere in this routine, you can add a small white moment. A white moment is when you stop, breathe, and remind yourself, I am peaceful, I am learning, I am brave. This moment can be 1 minute or 5. It can be morning or night. It can be before a big call or after a long day. This habit will slowly build your white spirit. Let's learn some English words from this chapter. Kind, friendly, and caring. Peaceful, calm, and without fighting. Now, small sentences. I am kind. I am peaceful. I am active. I am confident. Feel how these sentences make you taller inside. A modern woman in white or man in white also uses words to build, not break. This means you speak gently but clearly. You choose positive sentences. You encourage people instead of hurting them. You can practice this in English. Instead of saying, I can't say, I am learning. Instead of saying, I am bad, say, I am improving. These small changes in words create big changes in life. Another way you can live, like the women in white, is by helping someone else learn. Teach a child a simple English word. Help a friend write a small message. Smile at a stranger. Give a compliment. These actions may feel small, but they create waves. Someone helped the women in white when they were young. They grew up and helped others. This is the circle of learning and kindness. Picture yourself walking into a room wearing invisible white clothes. You feel strong and gentle at the same time. You greet people with a smile. You speak a few English words with kindness. You ask simple questions. You listen when they answer. You make people feel safe. This is what a modern woman in white or man in white does. This is how you practice courage and kindness every day. Practice with me now. Say, I am kind. I am peaceful. I am active. I am confident. I help others. I learn every day. Say it slowly. Say it with a smile. Feel the warmth growing inside you. This is not just practice. This is transformation. Another important lesson is that you do not need perfect English to start living like this. You do not need a perfect life. The women in white did not wait until they were perfect. They started with what they had. They started with small steps. You can do the same. Start with the words you know. Start with the kindness you can give. Start with the time you have today. Small steps create big change. In this chapter, you saw that you can be a modern woman in white or man in white by choosing values, practicing daily habits, speaking kind words, and helping others. You learned new English words. You practiced saying them. You imagined your own white moment. In the next chapter, we will bring everything together. We will create a new beginning for you, your own powerful ending to this journey, and a strong call to action to change your life. Stay with me. This journey is almost complete, but your real journey is just starting. Every chapter is a seed. Every seed is a plant. Every plant is a forest. The women in white are not only in the past, they are inside you now. With every word you speak, you are wearing your invisible white. With every act of kindness, you are walking in their steps. With every English sentence you learn, you are building your future. Chapter 10. A new beginning for you. Take a slow breath. You have walked with me through 9 chapters. You have seen the women in white appear for the first time. You have learned why they chose white. You have watched them open doors, stand together, show courage, build new worlds with words, move from fear to freedom, live daily lessons, and become modern symbols of peace and learning. Now this is your chapter. This is the part where you turn everything you learned into a new beginning for yourself. Close your eyes and imagine a blank page. It is white and clean. Nothing is written on it yet. This page is your future. You hold the pen in your hand. Every English word you learn, every small act of courage you take, every kind thing you do for yourself or for others is a new line on that page. This is not just a story. This is your life. The women in white started with nothing but a dream. You can start today with your own dream. You have learned that courage is not about being perfect. It is about taking a step even when you are afraid. You have learned that unity makes you stronger, kindness keeps you steady, and words can build a new world. Now you can choose to take these lessons into your everyday life. Wake up and remind yourself, I am learning. I am growing. I am brave. Say it again and again until it becomes part of you. Let's learn some final English words from this chapter. Success, reaching your goal. Journey, the path you take in life. Goal, something you want to achieve. Today, the day you are living right now. Say these words with me. Success, journey, goal. Today, now, small sentences. My journey is starting today. I will reach my goal. I will find success. Feel how these sentences sound like a promise to yourself. The women in white did not wait for someone else to write their story. They wrote it themselves with their actions, their courage, and their words. You can also write your own story. When you speak a new English word today, you are writing your story. When you take time to practice, you are writing your story. When you help another learner, You are writing your story. This is how your new beginning starts. Picture yourself 1 year from now. You wake up, you speak English with confidence, you talk with friends from different countries, you read books, write messages, you feel strong and calm, you are not afraid to speak. You are wearing your invisible white clothes inside your heart. This picture can become real if you start today. Small actions each day make big changes in time. Practice with me now. Say, my new beginning starts today. I am brave. I am strong. I am learning. I am free. Say it slowly. Say it again. Feel the power grow in your voice. This is the sound of your future calling you forward. This is the sound of your own journey. Another lesson from the women in white is that endings are also beginnings. They finished one march and started another. They ended one speech and began a new action. They never stopped learning. They never stopped growing. You can do the same. Finishing this video is not the end. It is the start of your own action. It is the start of your own learning. It is the start of your own courage. In this final chapter, you have seen how everything comes together. You have learned new English words. You have practiced speaking them. You have felt the spirit of courage, unity, and kindness. You have imagined yourself as part of the story. Now it is time to take the next step in real life. If you felt inspired by the women in white, start your journey today. Speak your first English sentence right now in the comments. Tell me which woman's story touched your heart. Like this video, subscribe to my channel, and share it with your friends. Together we will build a world of courage, kindness, and powerful English learning.